everyone, I thought I would do an update. I'm very sorry for the delay. I know it was a couple of weeks ago now that I did my last update. Unfortunately we had a couple of setbacks with everything that was going on. We were due to start our IVF treatment on the 27th of October. Unfortunately that wasn't to be. My period was 9 days late. First time it's ever been that late in a very, very long time. Usually 1 or 2 days, but this time it was 9 days late, so it's pushed everything 9 days ahead. So our new start date is today, which is the 4th of November. So yay! We also found out I had my blood results back for my immunity to rubella, and it turns out I'm still not immune. So I had another vaccination, another MMR vaccination a couple of weeks ago, and I'm due to have a retest on my blood test on Friday this week, which is the, oh gosh, it's the Friday the 7th. So yeah, I've got that first thing in the morning, so yay, another blood test. But luckily my consultant has said even if that says I'm still not immune to rubella, they'll class me as immune for a year because I've now had 2 shots, and then if I need to carry on treatment after a year, then I would then obviously need the MMR jab. But we're really excited because, as I said, I'm starting my treatment today. So I will be doing another video later, which will be my first injection, which I'm a little bit nervous about. We had our kind of implications treatment protocol appointment on the 21st of October, so there's a lot of information to get into our heads. I think we were there about 3 hours, I think it is. I have it wrote down. One thing I do advise to anyone starting an IVF journey, get a diary. Write everything down, because if you're anything like me, your memory is shot to bits, and I can't remember a single thing I do half the time. And it's really good because I just put down if I've got any problems, what I've been eating, how much water I've been drinking. So yeah, that helps. So yeah, we went for our appointment on the 21st of October, which was a Tuesday, and we were there from 9:10 until 12:15 in the afternoon, so quite a while. I did a practice injection, so it was an empty syringe, and I was literally just seeing if I could put the needle inside me. Luckily they're insulin needles, so they're quite small. I can show you in a minute. I have got them here with me. There was a change to some of the laws and regulations. I think it's the HFEA. They now require that any viral screening, so things like HIV, AIDS, things like that, needs to be done 3 months before starting treatment. Ours was 6 months ago, so on that day we had to have another blood test, which dear old hubby wasn't happy about. He hates blood tests. He absolutely detests them. But he was very good, and he had that done, so that's good. Sorry if I keep looking down. I have all my stuff in front of me just so I can keep an eye on what's going on. As I said, my memory is shot to bits, so if I don't write it down, I will lose the plot. So yeah, I practiced an injection. There was lots of consent forms to sign. They showed us all these really cool diagrams, like what they were going to do to me, what process they were going to do, and we got a treatment plan. Now what I've done with my medication, because they've only given me the first lot, which is the Bracelerin, I've been and put it in a little box just to keep it all together. So in the box, what I've done, the treatment protocol they gave me, I've been and blue tacked it into the lid of my box, so I've got it. So all the yellow and pink and blue you see are all injections, so quite a few. So the 4th's up here, and then all this green is progesterone suppositories. So yay, suppositories. So yeah, I'll be starting on 0.5 mils of Bracelerin, which I've actually got in here. It's the first time I've opened it. I've been so kind of nervous about doing it that I haven't opened it yet, so but it doesn't look that bad. Oh, yep, I've got 2 little boxes there. Don't know if you can see that. Yeah, of Brucellin. So it has my name on it. Great. And it says administer 0.5 mils by subcutaneous injection daily as directed. So as I said, I've done a practice injection. What they've said is where your tummy button is, it needs to be below that but within the hip bone, so almost like a triangle. As I said, I'll show on the injection video when I do it later. The needles I've got given are insulin syringes. So the needle is really, really tiny. I barely felt it going in. It took me about 5 minutes to kind of build up the courage to actually put it inside me for a test shot. But after that, I don't know what the worry was about. It was fine. I don't know what it's going to be like with the drugs in. That's going to be a little bit more different, I guess. So yeah, I'm on 0.5. So these ones are in 10 units. So that would be 50. So I would be drawn up to the 50 there. So that's how much medicine I need to do. And as I said, I'll show you what I'll be doing later on in a different video. I've got enough syringes apparently to last me a couple of weeks. So I think there's more than a couple of weeks. I think there's about 20 here. So that might be enough to do all the Brucellin. And what I've done, I've just been made up my own little box of things in there. So inside, I've got my sharp spin. You need a sharp spin to obviously dispose of your needles. My Brucellin, obviously, we need that. And some sterile swabs. Now what I've done is I've taken a business card holder, just an old one I had lying around, and I've put all my swabs in there ready to go, my little alcohol sterile swabs. They said you didn't need them, but because I have animals, I obviously want to make sure I'm clean as possible with everything. I'm just worried that if I don't clean it, then something bad might happen. Also in here I have instructions on how to do my injections. So yeah, patient information leaflet, subcutaneous Brucellin injection. Always wash hands before and after injection. Always prepare the injection on a clean flat surface. Swab the rubber bung on top of the bottle before use of the Medi-Swab, which I've got. And we ask you to give all your injections in the evening before 8. Now, I've spoken to my nurse and I double checked today as well. Because on a Thursday I work till 8 o'clock at night, it wouldn't be advisable to do it before then because it would interfere with my job. So I've spoken to them and they said 9 o'clock is okay to do the latest. So I've decided between me and my husband that we're going to do 8:30 each day. So 8:30 each night we'll be doing our injections. So I'll probably make another video about 8:15, just to kind of get everything ready and sort it all out that way. But yeah, they've got a nice little instruction here on what we need to do. They did say you can do it in tummy or thighs, so if your tummy gets too sore then I can do it in my thigh, which I wouldn't want to do personally because it sounds a bit painful. They said basically if you can pinch an inch then do it there, but I think I'll stick with my tummy because at least I can sit down, it won't hurt too much. If I have to do my thigh I might have to stand and it just gets weird for me. Anyway, also in my box, these are things that I've added personally. A microwavable heat pad. Lavender smell. It's good. Apparently you can put it on the site after the injection and that might help to kind of make the area a bit and keep it warm. They did however say, they said after the egg retrieval something like this would be brilliant because I will be obviously resting, taking it easy, and because I would obviously have an anaesthetic I need to take it easy that day and probably the day after. So luckily I've booked some time off work. I think I've got from the 1st of December to the 12th off, I think. I'd have to double check my manager. But yeah, they said I can use this up to egg retrieval and just after, but once embryo transfer is done, I cannot use it. I cannot add any additional heat, so no hot baths, no saunas, nothing like that. So it'll probably just be a case of showers and things, but they said no heat pads on your actual tummy when it comes to that. Another thing I've got in here, I will be adding some cotton wool balls in here just in case I bleed a little bit with the injection site. So I was going to get some cotton wool balls, but what I've got inside my box to hold on the cotton wool balls if I need to, I've got some microporous tape. Just got a little box of it, a little microporous tape. It's just like, it's almost like masking tape, but if I do bleed, because I bled a little bit with the test injection I did, then I'll just get a cotton wool ball and just stick that on. I think it's going to be better than the plastic because this is easier to come off, because I only need it on there for a small period of time. Another thing that I swear by, I bruise really, really, really easily. I mean, I've just got to knock my hand a little bit and I'll bruise up like anything. Is this stuff, Arnica, or Anacare, or however you pronounce it. It's a natural first aid cream for bruises. I've had this one a little while. I always use it, and all I was going to do is, after I've done the injection, like 10 minutes afterwards, I was just going to do this on it. So either do it straight after the injection or wait until bruises appeared and then do that on that. Just because I get quite bruised easily and I don't want to have really bruised tummy. So I've got all my bits and pieces in here. As I said, I've only got my Brucella in so far. I've got 2 bottles there. Each bottle should last me 10 days. So that's 20 days of Brucella in. But on my protocol, it says I start my Brucella in on the 4th, which is today. So 8:30 tonight I will be doing my Brucella in. They estimate my period to be around the 12th of November. I need to let them know when that is. And then hopefully my first scan will be Wednesday the 19th. And that's to check to see if I've been properly suppressed. Because what the Brucella does is it kind of puts you into a fake menopause. So they've said that I might get, it's not definite, I might get hot flushes, migraines, night sweats, that kind of thing, but all in the name of having a baby, I guess. But yeah, they'll see if I'm suitably suppressed on that day. And the pink one, so all this yellow is Brucella, so I need to carry on my Brucella from the 4th to the 29th, which is a Saturday. But the pink is a second injection I have to do. Yay! Called Menopur, and I'll be hopefully starting that on the 19th, and that's to stimulate me. So what they need to do is the Brucella will be stopping my normal cycle working, so it'll stop me ovulating. Not that I need help with that. But then the pink one is to actually get all my follicles kind of ready to make eggs, really. So yellow is single injection, and then when I've got the pink and yellow side by side, it means I've got to do both of those together. Now when oh, what's that flashing? Oh, nothing flashing. I thought something was flashing. Sorry about that. Now when I start this, apparently both these injections have to be done one after the other. It doesn't matter which order it's going to be in, as long as they're done at the same time. So they'll tell me at my scan whether I'm suitably suppressed. If not, I will have to carry on Brucella for a couple more days. So all these dates can move around. They're not set in stone, which we have to be aware of. But once we know we're suitably suppressed, they're going to start me on the Menopur, which will be then done again at 8:30. After that, if everything goes according to plan, I'll have another scan on Monday the 24th, which is again to check to see if they are starting to grow. Again on the 26th, these ones are all done in the morning, so about 10:15. So I've got an afternoon scan on the 19th, which is the one to find out if I need my Menopur, and that's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And then I've got 3 scans the following week. So I've got one Monday the 24th, Wednesday 26th, and Friday the 28th. They're all done at 10:15, and they're all to see how my follicles are developing, whether they're growing big enough, whether they're ready to pluck, basically. And then once they know at the last scan whether I am ready, I have to then do a trigger injection, which is Pregnol, I think it is, which basically stimulates them to kind of go woo, produce. And then if everything is going to plan, the 30th, which is a Saturday, I haven't got any injections. Yay! So no injections on the 30th. But the Pregnol, I think they said that's done late at night, early in the morning. But that's always done 36 hours before egg collection. Now my egg collection has been scheduled, hopefully, if everything goes to plan. It says it all changes. It could be cancelled if I overstimulate. If I overstimulate, then they said that it would obviously be cancelled. They don't want to cancel it if possible because we are NHS funded, and if they cancel it, we obviously lose the funding for that. So they don't want to cancel it if possible, but there is a chance that that might happen. So yeah, if everything goes to plan, the 1st of December is egg collection day. The same day as that, so I need to get to the hospital, I think it is 7 AM in the morning. We have a room for the day, and they even provide lunch for me and my husband, which is quite nice. And apparently I get one of those lovely backless gowns, a dressing gown and some slippers. So yay, attractiveness. And my hubby can stay in the room while I'm under the anaesthetic. They said it will take about 30 minutes, I think it is roughly, depending on how many follicles are in there. In the meantime, my hubby has to provide a sample, and then I recover. It depends. They said that the surgery is any time from 7:30 up until 10:15, I think it is. So depending on where you're on the list, they'll let you know, and that is a full anaesthetic for that. And then they generally recommend that you're going to go home about midday, so it's not something you're there all day for. And they said after that, just go home, put your feet up, watch some films, rest. So what I was thinking of doing is, for a couple of days, if I'm going to be resting, I'm going to have a Lord of the Rings Hobbit marathon, because why not? I'm a geek, I like that kind of thing. So yeah, they'll hopefully take my eggs out on Monday the 1st December. And then they should give us they should tell us before we go how many eggs they managed to get. They obviously, it doesn't matter. It'd be nice if they had more, but as long as they've got at least 1 or 2 really, really good quality ones, then that's all that matters. And then they estimate that the embryo transfer, if I was going to have a standard embryo transfer, it'll be done on December the 3rd, so 3 days after, 2 to 3 days after. But they have recommended the blastocyte transfer, which I described in my last video. So that's likely to be done on the 6th of December, which was meant to be on my work's Christmas party, so I'm not going to that. I don't want to make myself ill or anything, so just got to be careful. But yeah, I start on after my collection, I start on suppositories, which are progesterone, and I need to carry that on until, if everything goes to plan, on the 17th of December, I need to do a pregnancy test. They provide you with one of those. They said you can do as many as you want, as long as you let them know what the one they gave you turned up as. And so I'm doing the progesterone suppositories from the 1st until the 17th. If that's a positive one, I think I need to carry it on for another 2 to 3 months after, because that's to help sustain a pregnancy. Because obviously you've been suppressed, you wouldn't be producing the progesterone that you would need to make a baby, so they need to kind of add to that. So yeah, that's my protocol. As I said, I would recommend getting a box for everything if they don't provide you with a bag. Apparently they provide you with a little bag for the Menopur, because you've got mixed vials. They're those horrible little glass ones which you've got to break the top off and mix them together. Apparently they give you little caps so you can break it without hurting yourself. But they give you a little bag with all that. And then the trigger shot, which is the Pregnol, I think it's called, needs to be kept in the fridge. All of this stuff doesn't need to be kept in the fridge, as long as it's kept below 25 degrees and in a kind of a dark place, so hence the box. And it's a nice pretty box, which makes me happy and positive. I didn't want to go for something dreary and horrible. I just wanted a nice happy box, because at the end of the day, this is the start of hopefully our future. hopefully this is all going to work and we're going to be parents when all this works. So, but we are staying obviously realistic with everything, as I've stated in previous videos. I don't want to get my hopes up too high just in case they get dashed. But it's nice to have some positivity to everything. If you weren't positive, I think it would just upset you a little bit otherwise. I mean, I did get quite upset when they said I still wasn't rubella immune, and they had always said that, oh, you're not allowed to start treatment until that's done. Luckily my consultant is lovely, and he said that as long as I've had the MMR jab again, whether this next blood test, which I'm doing on Friday, comes out as negative or positive to immunity, they'll still class me as immune for a year. So that's cheered me up a bit. And then I got very, very stressed out over 9 days waiting for a period. Apparently it's quite normal for your period to be late. Usually if it hasn't come within 2 weeks, they say obviously let them know. I mean, the hospital must have been sick and tired of me, because I was phoning up almost every other day saying, oh, I still haven't come on, and I still hadn't started my period. I think it was 2 days before our implications appointment. So what they said is, because that was on a Tuesday, and they said if you still haven't started your period on the Monday, give us a call, we'll get you booked in for a scan to see how everything's going. And I think I ended up having my period on the Sunday or something, so that was a relief when that came. It's the first time I've ever been excited to have a period. I mean, it's just all these things that go through your head. Oh, if I'm late, or maybe I'm pregnant. And I did a pregnancy test just to prove to everyone that I wasn't pregnant, and as I suspected, that came out negative. So yeah, that's done. I had a naughty day yesterday because obviously now I'm starting treatment. I'm limiting my caffeine, so hardly any chocolate, decaf tea, all that kind of thing. And I'm going to try not to eat out because I want to make sure that food's prepared properly. I don't want any risk of any undercooked food or food poisoning or anything like that could cause any more problems. So I'll be either eating with family, because my family know that I was doing treatment, eating with family or eating at home. But yesterday we had a McDonald's breakfast, which was yummy, and I had my last Starbucks pumpkin spice latte, hopefully for a while, so that was yummy. So yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about my injection later, but the way I'm looking at it is I should be positive, because it means we're starting we're not starting our journey, we're going on to the next phase of our journey. I mean, we started our journey 5 years ago. This is just the next phase. I mean, with all the information we've been given, I mean, look how thick that is. There's so much you need to kind of get yourself into a routine with. My memory is rubbish, so I'll be setting alarms to remind myself to do the injections. Hopefully, because it's so important, I won't forget. They have said I need to carry on with my metformin as well, because that helps regulate my insulin levels because of my PCOS. They said I need to keep on with that. And then they obviously tell me if I needed to stop that at any reason. I think they did say something about I need to continue it through 3 months of pregnancy, if that was the case. What I couldn't get over is, apparently, if everything was going to go to the schedule that we've been given, my pregnancy test would be done on the 17th of December, and apparently at that point I'd be classed as 4 weeks pregnant, even though the embryo or the blastocyte would have only been in me less than 2 weeks. It's classed as 4 weeks because they date it back from your last period. So we would get our 6-week scan with the fertility clinic 2 weeks later, and hopefully they would see a heartbeat and everything. And then if that was the case, we would be discharged and put onto the NHS then. If not, they would then discuss what treatment we need to do. next of everything, I'm trying to keep myself busy and not focus too much on what's going on. I'm just thinking if I keep myself busy, then I won't dwell on any negativities. It'll just be like, oh, I'm just doing an injection today, let's get that done. So I just carry on with my hobbies. So I like to do scrapbooking and sewing and things. So I'm just keeping myself busy that way. And hopefully everything will go to plan. So yeah, I'll probably post this video today, hopefully, which is the 4th, and I will hopefully make another video later on today, so that'll be either posted tonight or tomorrow, which is the 5th, of doing my injection. It'll probably be a 15-minute video, if that, because I'm well aware this one's 25 minutes. I like to gas a lot, so I'm quite talkative. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to do an injection video. Hopefully my hubby will be here so he can do the filming and actually point and shoot and things, because at the moment I've just got the camera perched on a load of boxes. It's the only way I could get it steady. As you can see, I've got a HD camera now, so it looks a lot better. You can see my ugly mug. So yeah, sorry, my little puppy's asleep next to me. Come here, baby. She's so cute. There she is, this is little Pickle. Is she cute? She's beautiful. But yeah, as I said, I'll do another video at a later date. Hopefully the videos will now not be so few and far between now that we're actually starting the IVF treatment. So it'll probably be another video tonight or tomorrow about my first injection. So first injection on camera. Interesting. Hopefully I can do it. And then there might be another one, not next week, maybe the week after, just from my baseline scan, just to see how everything's going. Or if anything goes wrong, another one between then. But as I said, this is all kind of, hopefully if everything goes to plan, we're going to have a child out of this. So this video, or these videos, are a log for my child at a later date, so they know what we've done. Because it's easy enough to tell someone what you've done when you're in a different frame of mind. When you're in the frame of mind that we are at the moment, obviously because we're classed as infertile at the moment, it's basically kind of thrown us for a loop. So we've been through our depressed stage and our excited stage and everything like that. So we just want something that's positive and happy, so our children can look back at it at a later day and go, oh, that's what my mummy and daddy did to get me. So I'm not ashamed to do IVF at all. It just means something chemically imbalanced, hormone wise, has gone wrong. Something isn't right and we need help. I don't see no shame in asking for help. What are you doing? Little puppy. I don't see any shame in asking for help. So whoever's out there, if any of you are watching and you're starting your IVF, do not be ashamed of it. There is no reason you should be ashamed for wanting to have a baby that badly you needed help. It's not a crime to ask for help. If you don't ask for help, then you won't ever get what you want. As my mum used to say, don't ask, don't get. So just try and stay positive. As I say, I'm going through this now, so I know the feelings I'm going through, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you have the same kind of emotional feelings that me and my hubby do. And I'm just going to say, stick in there, and hopefully everything will be alright and you'll get your wishes soon. But in the meantime, I will hopefully see you later. Bye!